make any fermented beverage, you've got to have some sort of sugar base. So you can make wine out of potatoes, but you got to convert the starch, and you got to do there's not enough starch in jalapeno peppers to convert to anything. So it's some type of wine that's heavily flavored with jalapeno. Mm-hmm. Anyway, what did you want to follow up with?
Oh, no.
Yeah. I guess we should probably go over some more labels. That might be the best way. And if you keep bugging me, I'll try to build some sort of study guide for you this weekend, maybe. You all already have A's. Why do you even care? You care. You need more points right now. Yeah.
Woo!
You all should know me by now. Clapping does nothing. All right? It's all about my attitude, which is piss poor right now. No, I'm actually in a great attitude because you guys are so hardcore and awesome. So yeah, we'll figure out some Scantron shit in a little bit, which kills me because how many? I think I already told you like 100 people fail in this class and they're not here now. It's like if you just showed up, you're probably how many attendance points have I even given you
like
at this
200.
point for just showing up? And now next week I got to start fielding the I'm failing your class and I'm not going to graduate. What do I do? And I'm like, I don't know. What the hell do you do? I think McDonald's is hiring. I mean, Jesus. All you had to do was come to class. You would have got a bunch of points and you didn't do. I don't know. In fact, I like to ask smart students like you, what should I tell students who come to me starting next week? You're now me. You're now me. Most of you have sat through this entire course. You know exactly what's going on. I'm failing. What do I do?
Quit your whining.
Quit your whining. Okay. Suck it up and fail.
You should just have an application.
Oh, wait.
for
But my parents have already booked the hotel room for the graduation ceremony. I have to have this class to graduate. Go.
There's some wonderful vineyards in the area that you can visit.
There's some wonderful vineyards in the area, but it's too late to even post blogs, right?
No, for them to get drunk to console
Oh, to get
themselves.
drunk. Okay, yeah. So I should tell them they can walk now, and then... Okay. I don't have the money. I'll have to pay money to take that course again in the summer.
Too bad.
By the way, I've heard it all. That's why I'm continuing to give you the answers that I get. This isn't communist Russia. This isn't Russia. Is it, Danny? All right. Yeah.
I'll give them like a god awful sign of like 30, 40 pages for a D
I've tried that too. Someone who has no points in this class, what kind of paper do you think they're turning into?
Plagiarize.
I mean, they probably just wouldn't do it. Yeah, the reason they don't have a grade is because they did do a 30 or 40 page paper already. So that's probably out. There's not time. I have to start my job. I'll keep layering it on. I have a decade's worth of this bullshit. You don't understand. I already have a job. I start my job next week.
Well, then you're set.
I can't, they won't hire me unless I have my degree. You are holding up my life because you are the reason I'm not going to graduate, not get a job.
See you next spring.
See you next spring. Can nobody fax that? I think I've told people that too. It's like, they're not going to care. They don't care if you don't graduate. Nobody really checks. That doesn't work either. Yeah.
You gave us the syllabus at the beginning of the class, so this wouldn't happen.
Yeah, again, I think I had a meme about that just the other day. You see that meme I posted up? It's a meme that says that exact same thing. Again, I can explain all I want. I'm just telling you the stuff that I will hear back. It's like, the past doesn't matter. I'm screwed now. Okay? The past never happened. What do I do now? And you get to a point that you're like, well, all the other good people that have A's in this class, to me, it's a moral dilemma because I'm not trying to ruin people's lives. But it's a moral dilemma because you actually did your work, and so why would I basically screw you by giving somebody else the whole course over again and a free pass on it? That's why I'm always like, I'm not really good at being the hard ass, but I can't just give you a grade. And then that's when it devolves into sexual favors and advances. And it just turns messy after that. And I'm only talking about the guys. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Actually, no, I'm not joking. So, yeah, that's when I'm like, okay, it's time for me to have somebody present in my office at all times to bear witness on everything that's going to pass after this. All right, any other comments? Sorry to have burnt up 5 minutes telling you my woes that I'm getting ready to go through next week, but we have a profound number of people failing this semester, which really bothers me. Yeah? You saw a plaid car?
Yeah, I was in the parking lot yesterday.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Plaid, yeah, I have a plaid Lamborghini. Was it a Lamborghini you saw? Oh my God. Who does, what college professor doesn't drive a Lamborghini? That would be embarrassing. Have you seen the Lamborghini in town? The guy that, I guess the Saudi student has a Lamborghini, or at least he did. Oh yeah. I'm assuming he's royalty. Yeah.
How are you figuring out the Uvolia points? Like,
Oh, yeah.
They're doing it for me.
we'll tell you that we signed up.
Yeah, they are keeping your information, so they'll pass that to me. After,
When do we have to do that?
I don't know anything about that.
I don't know.
I'm just
I'm not
helping
doing
out
it.
some local folks. So
It's only 5 points. So we will
sure, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Anything else? Sorry for those that are actually here for wine education, but apparently we're not going to do that today. Yeah.
What's your opinion, I guess, of this Terroir in Virginia?
That's a great question. It doesn't really matter my opinion of the terroir. I think you probably understand at this point in the course that terroir just is. It is what it is. We all have our own unique character. You can like me or you can hate me, but this is who I am, and that's what terroir is. So Virginia terroir, I think, is much like, and this feels like maybe a test question for those of you that are going to actually take the test. Virginia terroir is actually pretty close to Bordeaux terroir. They're both very challenging areas to grow the grapes that they do. This is one of the reasons why it's important to look at vintage dates for places like Bordeaux or Virginia, because they have bad years. And I'm not going to say don't buy the wine in a bad year, but you wouldn't spend a bunch of money on a bad year wine. Conversely, they'll tell you, oh my gosh, 2006 was an awesome year. You'll be like, okay, good. And then I'm going to try it in its prime. Does that make sense? So I'll only add this about Virginia terroir. It's troubling for a variety of reasons, not the least of which is we get early fall frost, we get late spring frost. Right there is problematic for viticulture and for crops in general, but for viticulture. We are a humid place. Anybody hung out here in the summertime? Humid here. Not good for grapes. This sets up a scenario for all sorts of bacterial and fungal infections. So challenging humidity. We actually get most of our rain, and people don't think about this, but we actually in Virginia get most of our rain in most parts of Virginia. When do you think?
Summer.
Yeah, fall. It's sometimes called hurricane season. Anybody ever heard of that? Which is fall. We don't get hurricanes here that often, but the systems are all the same. So the eastern seaboard, in general, gets a lot of rain at that particular time of year, and that's the harvest season. So it's a challenging terroir, make no bones about it, and this was what I was going to say is the last thing I'll say about that. Having said that, every terroir is unique and can do something good, maybe great. And time will bear out this truth that I stumbled across a decade ago. The terroir, Virginia's terroir is best suited to Viognier and Cabernet Franc. Did anybody try either one of those wines at the wine festival? Bet you tried more than one or two, or at least you saw more than one or two, and you go back to that wine festival 5 years from now, I'll bet you see more. And you go back to 10 years from now, you're going to see more than that. Those are the grapes that, for whatever reason, seem to express themselves fairly well, stay fairly healthy, and express themselves in a very unique and positive way. So those will be the ones that hopefully will last, will go the distance. Yes? I'm sorry, Viognier, Cabernet Franc, and Viognier. We'll have a slide here in a minute that has the word Viognier in it. V-I-O-G-N-I-E-R or E-I or Nier. I'll have it on the slide. It's the V grape. I don't know there's too many more. Yes?
Did you get my tweet about the French government auctioning off part of their wine cellar?
Yes, many people have told me the story about the French government, which is auctioning off part of the government's wine cellars in an effort to balance their budget, which will never happen, but they're going to earn some money off of the wine, apparently. And I don't know too many governments that have a huge wine cellar, but France would be the one, if I was to guess, that would carry... We have strategic oil reserves and strategic nuclear stockpiles. France has strategic wine reserves. I mean, I love it. It's great.
They have something like over 10,000 bottles in that cellar, and they're only auctioning off, I think it's like 10%.
Oh, I'm sure they have more than 10,000 bottles. 10,000 seems way too low. In fact, I would say 100,000 seems low. But I mean, they're not in the business of selling wine, I don't think, until now. But I'm sure their cellars are pretty expensive. Now, I know people that got 10,000 bottles, so I know the French have more. The French government has more than that. Okay, any, yes?
Just about terroir again.
Yes.
I've seen bottles like this say, you can taste the terroir from Spain in this bottle. But what does that actually mean? Like,
Dirt.
I think it actually sounds like bullshit. Oh, wait a minute. Is the bottle from Spain? Okay. The thing that in Virginia wine says you can taste the Spanish terroir. What? Yeah. That's a good term. Terroir driven means that the winemaker or the grape grower and the winemaker are, their whole ideology is let the fruit do what it's going to do. Minimal inputs from us. Let this plant express itself in this terroir as it sees fit. And then we will take that wine, or take those grapes, and we will make wine that expresses the fruit. Does that make sense? Knowing what you've learned in this class, what I just defined, terroir-driven wine. What the grapes do is let them express themselves, and then the winemaker's job is simply to make a wine out of it with minimal impact as possible. What type of wine would you say that would be an old world or a new world style? Old world. That's a kind of a classic new world, old world approach of let the land express what it is. We're growing this stuff in Chianti, let it express itself in our region, and that's what it is, and we'll call it Chianti. We're not going to mess with it, or mess with it as little as possible. I don't mean every single wine producer in Europe, by the way. That's why I call these old world style and new world style. Because there are people in America and Australia who say, no, we're terroir driven